Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Razabani for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me here, Team Azim's very finest, very own Hassan Azim. Hassan, firstly, how are we doing?
I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you for giving me a bit of your time this Sunday afternoon. How's everything going? How's the family?
Everything's great, family's good. Just can't wait for my fight in 6-7 weeks time. So excited.
Before we even speak a little bit about your fight, I know you've previously done a couple of interviews on IFL TV. Let's just go back a bit. You obviously were training in Sheffield at the Olympic setup that they have there. What was the decision? What was the defining point, or when you decided that you didn't want to go to the Olympics and you kind of wanted to become professional straight away?
So I went to the Youth Olympic Games, done all of that, but I went to assessment camp for GB and they never picked me for some reason. But then I decided to turn pro. Well, I'm not waiting anymore.
There's obviously, I've noticed quite a lot of professionals, boxers now, decide not to go the Olympic route. I know there are delays at the moment, but they are quite. Is it becoming a theme now? Is it becoming the norm now? Because I know there's a lot of politics. We saw when Mike Collin went out there. Yeah. We've seen it with Floyd Mayweather in the past. We've seen it with a number of ex-Olympians. But is that in the back of your mind when you said, you know what, it's just not for me?
Well, you know what, the thing is, I don't want to wait 4 years to go to the next Olympics. Why did if I get picked for that, I have to wait another 4 years, and that's 8 years wasted. So I was like, you know what, why do I get paid to box, isn't it? So I turned pro, and I think I did the right move.
You obviously, I know you've been talking about turning pro for a little while now. We've been living in this crazy world and this crazy pandemic over the last few months. Has it been tough? Because I know how desperate you were to just fight. I know how hard you trained. So has it been tough to wait around during this pandemic? And how have you tried? How have you kept yourself focused?
The thing is, I believe that everything happens for a reason. You know, God gives me the plans, and I can't really deny it. So I just went with it. I did want to fight quite earlier back then, but it's not my decision to make. So
Obviously, during the pandemic, you've been training hard. How have you been able to train with not knowing when you're going to turn professional, when you're going to get your license, when you're going to get a date, who you're going to sign with? How hard was that? Was that hard at all?
That was quite hard actually. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what was happening. So we just know that the restriction was you like to run in a park, and that's what I did. I did every day I was running, keeping fit, and just waiting for what's happening in the future.
I know your father's been instrumental in your life from a very young age. He's brought you up as fighters. So I've seen videos when both your brothers were 4, 5, 6 years old. Growing up, did your mind change at all? Because I know your father wanted you to become fighters, but did your mind ever change when you got to 11, 12, 13, 14 and said, I don't want to be a fighter, I want to be something else?
Imagine this, like back in when I was 11, 10, I didn't do well in the sport, and then I actually at one point did wanted to leave boxing, but then my dad kept motivating me, saying, "Listen, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the boxing." So then I weighed and carried on training, and I became national champion. And when I became national champion, then I was like, "Yeah, this is my thing." So I can't back down now. There's no way I can't back down now.
Growing up, who were those fighters that you would watch and say, that's what I want to be like? Or who are the ones that you kind of idolized and looked up to?
The thing is, I was looking at a couple of the fights, so I'm content great for our community. But the thing is, some stuff that we didn't like. But we got Mayweather, the defense. Mayweather's a high paid athlete in the world. That motivated me. You got Muhammad Ali's. He's not also good in the ring, but also good outside the ring. So you got these couple of fighters, but I think my main one is Muhammad Ali. He's motivated me a lot.
What about current fighters? Who's fighting now that you look up to? Say that's what you want to be like, or is there anyone you look up to now and say that's who I want to be in the ring with?
Let's say Lomachenko is one of the greatest fighters. I personally think is the best fighter in the world. But yeah, there's loads of fighters I like. I think Hitman Hands is similar to how I fight. I'm a lot long and rangy and powerful as well. So I've got different kind of fighters in my mind, and it's not always one. There's different ones.
So you're how old now?
I'm 19.
You're 19, turning pro. You've just signed with MTK. Let's talk a little bit about your decision to join MTK. We obviously know MTK are a huge organisation that are signing fighters all over the world. Recently, have started to advise and manage fighters in the United States of America. But what was your decision in that process? Because I know there was quite a few people that were after both yourself and your brother Adam's signature.
So we know MTK is managed by Tyson Fury, Billy Joe Saunders, all these great fighters. And when we decided to go with MTK, or we phoned MTK to have a meeting, they took us on straight away, which is really good, and I was shocked as well because they knew who we were as well. We had that little connection there, and then from the day one, I think MTK was the best option for us all, because MTK is really getting better and better.
We know some fighters signed with MTK for advisory and management reasons, and then also have promoters. You don't have a promoter at the moment. Am I correct in understanding that you're happy with just MTK because you have the opportunity to basically fight on any platform in the UK and be showcased live on ESPN in America? Yeah,
we're not with no promotion yet, but that's all part of the plan. Because why should we be with a promotion team when we can? With a promotion team and without a promotion team is basically the difference is you don't have to fight early on that promotion. You can fight whenever you want. So and that's one of the reasons why we haven't got a promotion team. And also is we can our first couple of fights, the deals they're giving us now is amazing deals, but we know that in a couple more fights the deals will go up. So we're just taking our time with things.
And I think that's a great decision because obviously with the current situation with shows and available spots to fight on shows is very, very limited as well. So to have the opportunity to fight on either, like we saw yesterday, Josh Taylor on a BT show, and then we also have other MTK fighters like Billy Joe who fights on Sky Sports. So you've got the opportunity to balance out.
Fight both. I fight on both platforms.
November 11th, I believe that's the date, which is what
the Hitman returns.
The Hitman makes his debut. In about 9 weeks' time. In terms of opponents, any idea?
Yeah, we've got opponent already. We're going to do 6-rounder instead of 4-rounders because I know I'm high athlete and I can fight. So I told MTK if we can do 6-rounder, and they agreed on it. And I'm ready for a 6-rounder. Even though it's my first pro debut, I'm ready for it. Just can't wait.
I know it's tough on promoters at the moment to bring in new debutants on their show. Eddie Hearn has spoken himself, Frank Warren as well, that to put British fighters in fights, they have to be meaningful fights.
Yeah.
We can't put them in warm-up fights. So do you feel like now, we don't know where the society, where our country is heading towards the next 12-18 months, that you're going to just jump in and learn to swim with these big boys?
Because we've got MTK who's supporting us, so they will tell me if I'm right for this and that. I'm just following what they think I'm capable of. So it's actually all in MTK's hand. I'm just a fan. I'm just getting ready. Take some heads off.
Fans, there are no fans allowed in any of the shows at the moment. I know you have an entourage of fans and supporters. Your father's always said to me that we will bring 400-500 fans to your fights. Is that going to be tough to not have fans around? And also, does it, in a way, is it going to show a different style of fighting because you don't have those people cheering you on and getting that adrenaline pumped? Yeah,
but you know, having fans or without the fans, I know that I'm going to be fighting on TV in front of millions around the world. So that's gonna. I know when I'm entering that ring, I know loads of people are looking for the TVs, watching me fight, even the haters as well. So that's gonna motivate me a lot. So back in amateur days when I fought on the top level, like European title, the World Championship, the Youth Olympic Games, those titles I'm kind of used to being in front of the camera, being with the crowd and without the crowd. So yeah.
So just as your style is, you're obviously going to be in the 147 division. We know it's a great division in the UK. Jenkins, Conor Benn, Josh Kelly. Normally 147 fighters can move up to 154, which is again Anthony Fowler, Scott Fitzgerald, and Ted Cheeseman, Sam Egerton. So great British fighters within the 147 and 154 barrier. So you're ready to mix it in with them, hopefully very, very soon.
I'm ready, yeah. With me, I'm not afraid of anyone. I've done the amateurs, I'll do it in the pros as well. I'm not afraid of anyone, and I'll fight anyone.
Hassan, all right. Just finally, do you want to shout out your Instagram, Twitter? Where can people find you and follow this journey?
Instagram Hassan_Azim, Facebook Hassan Azim, and Snapchat Hassan underscore Azim 101, and Azim is AZIM.
Hassan Azim, I wish you nothing but the best. We will definitely catch up with you closer to November 11th, the MTK show that's taking place. Continued success and keep working hard, and we'll definitely catch up with you soon.
Thank you very much.
Hassan Azim, for IFL TV, thank you very much.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.